Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am doing a Noob's Guide to Collecting, as you saw from the title. So I consider myself a collector. I collect tons of things. And these are some of the tips I use for when I'm like at wherever I am collecting whatever I want. So let's just get into it. So my first tip for noob collectors, I have it in a nice little notebook now, is to pick something amazing. And what I mean by that is find something that you like that is like very popular and like in demand if you consider to other collectors, that could be worth something. So like don't pick something that, well, I mean if you love it then fine, but don't pick something like backpacks. Don't just collect all the backpacks in the world because some people aren't gonna want those, you know? I mean, if you have a thing with backpacks, they take up a lot of space though, so, you know. But, yeah, pick something that's worth something. So I have an example here. I like to collect Coca-Cola things. So this is an old Coca-Cola bottle. I'm not sure when it was made, but it's an old Coca-Cola bottle. And old Coca-Cola bottles are worth something because of the different materials, and that's mainly why everything's different. Everything's collectible, but also just because of brand, you know, clothing brands, that's collectible, like old clothing brands and stuff. Also have this cute little Coca-Cola teddy bear magnet. I bought a ton of these things, and if you guys want me to do a Coca-Cola collection video, let me know down below because I have tons of Coca-Cola stuff. So, yeah, so basically, pick something amazing is the first tip. And there's 4 tips. So, 4 tips. First one, pick something amazing. All right. Tip number 2. The older, the better. So, if you're collecting something, let's just say Coca-Cola again, or Hello Kitty, because I know some people like to collect Hello Kitty, you want the older things you can find, the more valuable it is likely to be. So, like this Coca-Cola bottle, I'm not sure what age it is, but I know these aren't too old, the green ones. And sometimes you'll find glass Coca-Cola bottles that are from this age, and those are worth nothing. They're worth nothing. You could just recycle it. I mean, maybe later they'll be worth something, but I really doubt it. So these green ones are generally more worth something, and this I'd say is worth something. Yeah, this is 1997, so not too recent, but still kind of recent. So the older you can find, the better it is. So, yeah, the older the better. Basic tip. Tip number 3, thrift, thrift, thrift. So, when you're going to a thrift store, you always, because when you're, shopping for your collection, do you really want to be buying it brand new? If it's brand new, then it won't be the older the better. So when you're at a thrift store, you can find, old stuff. Sometimes people need to get rid of relatives who've died collections or something, or just don't want it anymore. They've lost interest in collecting that thing. And, yeah, so you want to go to thrift stores. So when you're going to a thrift store, it's always the least expensive way to collect something. You can sometimes find good deals at flea markets though, so be on the lookout for that, because sometimes at flea markets people know what they have is worth something, and I don't actually know who buys these things. I guess museums and stuff could buy them, collectors, things like that. But when you're going to a flea market, be careful, because some people might know what they have, so you might want to do some research on, the thing if you see it and then you're not sure about it. Just look it up, see how much it might be worth or something. So yeah, you can, but to be honest, you're never really going to find a good deal online, like on eBay or something, because the people online know what they have. and they want to make good money. And if they don't know what they have, then it's sold out like that. It's plain and simple. Except for American Girl dolls. Like, if you collect those, sometimes they're okay prices online. But they're expensive in general, so. Alright, so that's tip number 3. Okay? Tip number 4, the last tip, is to set a budget for yourself. So, if you find one of these Coca-Cola bottles, how much do you want to spend on it? Do you want to spend $50 on it? 30? 20? 10? No. When I bought this specific Coca-Cola bottle, I bought it for $2. Yeah. I think I've seen other ones for like $3, and I've kind of just passed them up. Because I'm like, I already have one. Like, I don't really need another. I actually have a ton of Coca-Cola glasses because I love the little glasses. I mean, those aren't really worth much, but I love them anyway. So, I collect those. And there are tons of different kinds of Coca-Cola glasses. But, yeah. So figure out what you want to spend on the most you'd like to spend on, like, an object or something. So, this $2, I would spend up to $5 probably. Probably up to $5 on this. I don't think I'd spend more than that. And for this, I bought it for 25 cents. I really don't think I'd go past probably $5 again. I'd probably spend, so like about up to $5 I'd spend on these two things. If there's like a bigger thing, obviously the budget's going to be higher, or something that I know is worth more. But yeah. So yeah, tip number 4. So, I hope you guys like this video. Yeah, so tips on collecting for noobs. So, I'll show, I think, for tomorrow's video, I'm gonna do a video on things I collect, and then I'll do a video on things in my collection. If you want to see a series of collecting videos, I mean, that's cool. Obviously, I collect toys, but they're not really, like, collector things, but, you know. So yeah, that's what I collected. I hope you enjoyed that video. Here's a look at my notebook. Has all the things on it. All the rules and stuff. Probably backward for you. But again, tip number 1, pick something amazing. Tip number 2, older is better. Tip number 3, thrift. Tip number 4, set a budget. So those tips will help you if you're starting to collecting, or if you've been collecting for a while and you're wondering why, like, you're losing money if you're like one of those people who sell the things. You might want to try looking at these tips and looking back at like how much you spent on things and how much they're actually worth, you know. Like the other day at a flea market I bought like 10 coins for $1 or something, and I thought that was pretty good. Like, it's 10 cents a coin. It's okay. I actually found a $half the other day, so yeah. But it wasn't really worth anything. But yeah, so when you're collecting, just be sure to remember these tips. You don't want to spend too much. You don't want to be like getting something no one's gonna want. Like, personally that's what I want. If you can collect whatever you want. Collecting is just collecting. Like, there's no rules to collecting. These are just some guidelines. They're not rules. So, I hope you enjoyed this video again. Let me know in the comments below. If you have any more tips for collecting, and let me know if you want to see, a collection video of Coca-Cola or whatever. So yeah. Bye guys.